Hi everyone, Monday, 6:45 live. I just come on every Monday at 6:45, and I try and show different cards that you can make no matter what products you have. Tonight might be a little more specific, but this is a fancy fold that's fairly easy to make. And I'm going to show you how to cut out all your pieces and show you a couple of samples. And it's probably related to the, mostly related to the well-suited suite, but once you know the fold, you can put anything you want on it. So I will show you that. So we'll just put the camera down. There we go. Seems a little dark at the bottom. I don't know why. Got lots of lamps on. Okay, so this is the well-suited. Now the stamp set and the dies are carrying over, thankfully. What's not carrying over and what I'm going to use tonight. Hi, Teddy. Hope you're doing good. So what I'm going to use tonight is this well-suited designer series paper. So if you plan to get this set, you might want to get this paper because there's nothing like it in the new catalog, and I don't shop a lot at Michael's, so I don't know. But I really have used this pinstripe. Tonight we're going to use this, and then I've used this and this quite a bit. So anyway, it's nice paper. So the fold we're going to make is this one. So the card folds flat like this. So I've made a really nice suit with that designer series paper. Now, I got this idea from Gemini Crafts. I added a few more details to mine because this paper I thought needed this extra piece in there. And so I added a little extra. So this is the Misty Moonlight paper. Hi, Shirley. So, and the Misty Moonlight tie. So these, I just love this. Just makes great suits. So then you kind of lift it up and it sits in there. So it sits on your desk like that. And I just thought it was a nifty card. So, and probably you can't see from this, so I'll do it. There is new foam adhesive, and you can cut that out, and it's sticky on both sides. So this dad, thanks Shirley. So this dad, and then it sits there. So I made this card, and then added a few shiny pieces, and then I made this card because I have this hat set, but it's the same fold, and then it sits like this. So that's the fold I'm going to teach you. Now, I thought I kind of didn't need another dad card, so I thought I'd show you how to make this into a woman's sweater, and I'm going to show you right from scratch. So here's the piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. Now this card, that's the paper we're going to use, and this card we're going to use Blushing Bride on the back. So the first thing you need is you're going to cut this at 4 1/4. So we're just going to line it up at the 4 1/4, and we'll put that up there, and we'll just cut that. Okay, so you need one piece, and you have to cut it the long way because this fold requires that. Okay, and then you're going to need one more 4 1/4 piece by 5 1/2 because that makes the front panel. Okay, so we're going to put the cutting piece at the bottom, and then you're going to need to score this piece. Okay, at 5 1/2, so we'll put it at 5 1/2, and we'll just score that. And then at 8 1/4, so we'll just, this doesn't come out easily because I don't often use this for scoring. Okay, 8 1/4, I've got my measurements there. All right, so 8 1/4, because you are going to fold this front piece. Now, if I'm using this, I tend to go a couple of times up and down just to make sure there's a good fold. Usually I use my my scoring tool, but I thought this would be handier. This might be a longer video since I'm showing you everything by scratch. And I thought, well, I better not get out too many things. Okay, so then you fold this. So there's your 8 1/4 fold, and then you fold this. So see, it's a regular card, and that's folded in half. Now how this mechanism works is this sits like this, and then we're going to glue this on when we're decorating. And then you just need to put something here to stop it. So it's not a difficult card to make. Now, the piece of DSP that you put on top to decorate, if you're making a card like this and you're covering it all, then we're going to make this piece 4 1/4 and 5 1/2, so it's going to cover the whole thing. If you're making a card like this, then you see I didn't make it cover the whole thing. I just did your 4 by 5 1/4 just to make a little fancy on the outside. But this piece we're going to cut. So 4 1/4. So we'll just line that up. I usually have all my pieces cut out, and I thought tonight I would show you right from scratch because I thought that might be handy. Someone mentioned to me, I have a few beginner people, and then they don't always know how to take this paper, and so I thought I would do that tonight. Okay, so there's your 4 by, okay, and we don't need that anymore. Now, we decorate this before we do anything else. Okay, and that's the piece. So we'll just move this over. Okay, I want to get some of these extra pieces out of here so they don't get... Now, we're going to make this, instead of making a man's suit, we're going to make a women's sweater, but you do it basically the same way. So it uses, these are the well-suited dies, the suit and tie dies. So the first thing you're going to do, now if I wanted this to be a man's suit, just in case you have these dies, you would cut, actually you use this one to cut the V-neck. You would cut the V-neck all the way to the bottom, and then you would cut matching ones out and put this over top. But we're going to make a women's sweater, so we're not going to go all the way down. So you just place that there, and then you run it through your machine. Okay, I think if I lay this, keep this flat, we can just bring this over here. So, because we're going to add some buttons to this. And then I might need your help a little bit with some color coordination. Okay, so we're just going to cut that out. The suit, if you look this set up on Pinterest, you will see a ton of cards made with it. Okay, we'll just move some of this. Okay, now, so that's that. Okay, we'll just move that. We're just going to use this. Now, to make this into a woman's sweater, there's 2 things we could do. I'm just going to cut this, move these. Okay, now, do we want a white background, or do we want vanilla? No, I kind of think white. What do you guys think? I think so, and what we can do is we can put the white up here and make it into a camisole, or we can put the white up there and then we could make a string of pearls. Okay, then the only other thing for a man's suit, you would use this die, run it through with this DSP, and you would add that. See, that's all I've done to make the man's card. to make the women's card, we're not putting that on the side, but what we're going to do is we're going to make her a nice collar and put that there. So I think we're going to make the underneath white. So you basically need to cut this piece so it fits underneath. So we're just going to trim that off. I always forget to lift that from the top. So this just needs to be wide enough to go. So just basically 2 inches you want it to fit underneath. And then this just sits under here. Now, okay, now what I could do is this. We actually could make her, I'm kind of thinking instead of a white, white collar, you could make a gray collar and put it on there. Okay, but let's just cut a white one and see what it looks like. Okay, so here's the white. We'll just set up our machine again. And we'll cut a white. Now, when you cut this out, if you have this at home, this gets pretty flimsy when it comes out. We'll just send that back. Okay. So now we have her collar. Okay, and we'll just poke that out. Usually just kind of drops out, but there we go. Now by flimsy, you see what it does here? So what you have to remember if you're using this, the 2 flat edges go at the top. So and they will get glued down so that they just match the top. So that looks kind of cool. She's got a white collar. Now if we wanted, we could make some pink buttons. See, this comes out with these buttons. So I think we'll just take our pink. I won't pull my machine. We'll just cut. I'm just laying this button piece on there. And we'll cut those out because some of the card will be pink. Okay, and see, and then you get these cute little buttons. I'll put that back. So these buttons we'll just lay down there. Isn't that cute? With the man's suit, you end up putting the tie on, so I haven't made too many buttons, although I did make a shirt. There. Just need a few of those. Maybe one more at the top. Now, I've seen some really cute things, and we can also just make her a little necklace. There we go. Okay, so I have my pearls here. Now these are old pearls. Now when you buy their pearls, basic pearls, they're just single ones. But before you used to buy them and they come in this string. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just glue some of this down first. So we'll glue the white piece down first. And where is my Stampin' Seal? Okay, so we'll just put that down first. And I'll put it right up at the edge. Okay. And then we'll put some Stampin' Seal on this. Ooh. Now, I am going all the way around because if you don't want any of these pieces lifting afterwards. Okay, and back up here. Okay, and then this piece, oh, that's sticky stuff. Okay, so we want that to sit, oh, I got a little piece right here. Just pull that underneath. All right, white. You're right, Shirley. I think the white does look better. Now this is a bit loose, so you just have to get it so to make sure it's going right at the edge. And if I need to, I can trim this. There we go. Okay. Then we just glue this. Now some of this glue is coming to the end. Yeah. Okay, just excuse me, I'm gonna get a better glue bottle. I thought perhaps it would do one more, but it doesn't look like it. So we'll just open a new one. There. When I get to the end of these glue bottles, I cut them in half and use a popsicle stick to get the rest of the glue out when I can't get any more when I'm... Okay, so this... So you just have to remember that the straight part goes at the top. So and once you have that straight, and the nice thing about the glue is you've got a minute. Now what we could do, where did my pearls go? All right, we could make just a little thing of pearls. Just there, that's cute. Okay, maybe, and then you just can pull it off. Now, you can't buy these like this anymore, but all you have to do is pull these off and make them go in a row like that. Actually, that's a bit uneven, that one. So we'll just push them up like that. Then you've got a little pearl necklace. Then we just need the button. So we'll just put a little glue dot here. The thing when you get a new, and one here. Now you could measure this, but I'm not very kind of fussy that way. I can I'm getting a little bit better at eyeballing things. There. Now, the easiest way to put these on is to use your pick tool and just pick it up. Lay that one there. That one there. That one there. And then with these need to be turned over. That one there. These are great for doing this kind of work. Okay, I got one more button over here, still sticking on to the... There we go. Ooh, don't you just love that? Okay, now the other decision we have to make is, do we leave this plain? I have seen people take some... Do we leave it plain? Or do we put a layer of ribbon? So this is lacy ribbon. I don't really have any nice white. So what do you think? Do we add that? Or is it good enough just by itself? Oops, one of my pearls came off. Okay, I'm just going to take one of these and stick it. Okay. So what do you think? Lace? Okay, you like the ribbon lace? Okay, so here and here. I thought I've seen it on a few cards on Pinterest and I thought it looked kind of nice. So I think what we're going to do is lay some glue dots on there. Okay, Shirley, I'm following your advice. All right, here we go. So we'll start 1, and I'm going to take these glue dots and stretch them out a bit, and hopefully we won't see them. I don't really want to use glue. I think there. And we'll just, but now, I don't know if you've ever seen this. My friend Angelica came over on the weekend, and if you tie your glue dot just shut like this, then this doesn't flap all over the place. Makes it much easier to use. Okay, and then we're going to stick one at the bottom, and maybe one in the middle. We won't need a lot. Now, I don't know if you can see. I'll try and hold this up. I'm stretching these glue dots out a bit so that they're not going to show underneath that lace. And I think if I just use this many, so I don't know if you can see how I've stretched it out there. Okay, so we'll add this to the top. And then this, and maybe if I make it go just over. Now I might need a bit of extra one at the bottom there as I turn this. This is a bit like sewing. You've got to get the, okay, and then one like that, and then one at the top. Now, actually what I should have done with this one, because if we make it go behind there, that will look a lot nicer. I think I can do that with glue without taking it off. Actually, what we're going to do is just take a little glue dot and put that one for this one. I should have thought of that before, but this is what happens when you do things on the fly. I usually have everything prepared, but I thought for once people might like to see it from beginning. So there, that will stick on that glue dot, and that on that. And then we might actually need to put a piece across there to cover that up. If I had been thinking, we could have put it in between. Okay, so let this be your lesson. It would be actually good to do this before then it could go in between these two. But that can be easily covered up. That's okay. Now, you've got your card, and it's basically this 8 1/4. Oh, you do like on the fly? Well, I appreciate opinions, because sometimes I'm not always sure about colors. Okay, now, so you can see the fold here. So you only put glue on this part of the fold. And I like to use glue when I'm doing this, because if you don't get this laid down, at least with the glue, you have a second to kind of to get it sitting right. Okay. So just sit it on there. You want it to be exactly even so that it's going to match. So when you put it in a card, and then you just rub it. Don't you love those buttons? I just think that is so cool. Okay, so now you've got this. Then to make this part, I took my rectangle stitched squares, and I used this one to put the message on, and this next one. So actually kind of the two smallest ones in there. So we're going to cut a white one and a pink one. Now the best way, okay, I'll put this up here, move some of these, and we'll bring the machine back in, because I am learning that if you only want to run these rectangles through once, the best way to do them is on an angle. So the small one needs to be white. So you just stick it. So you can see it's not like perpendicular to the machine, it's at an angle. And then we're just going to cut. Okay, so maybe I'll go this way. I kind of like to use the paper. So what I'm going to do is just cut this off so I can lay it there. They cut out, these rectangles cut out much better if you lay them at an angle. Okay, so we'll just send those through. All right, take them off there. There's the white one. Now, if you're doing letters like this, you can just glue these on. If you're going to stamp something on here. Now, I could put Mom on there. I might as well show you how to do those letters, because I was quite amazed. So I have this set of Playful Alphabet, whatever you've got at home. And this is a new product for Stampin' Up, and it's kind of the same thickness as pop-up dots, but it's just foam adhesive. All right, so we're going to move some of these out of here and move those out of there. And I'll show you how easy this is. We'll just cut out Mum. This card is a little bit longer to make than a lot of cards, but it's so much fun and it looks so great when you're done. Okay, so we need the M. And you just put it on top of this. I didn't think these could cut this out, but I was just astonished. Okay, where's my O? Okay, the only thing is I wish they had, like they have 2 O's, 2 A's, 2 E's, but I wish they'd done the M's and the D's twice too. Okay, so we'll run that out. Run that through. And you don't have to do it twice. It's amazing how this comes up. That little thing, see, and it cuts right through. Whoops. There's the M. There's the O. We need one more O. I mean one more M. And then I'm going to stick the pink in because we're going to cover this adhesive. So we'll do the O. I won't do all of these because you will get the idea how this works. Okay, and then we just need another M. Now, if you have a friend that you're making this card for, hopefully they don't need doubles of the letters, because that's what takes the time to cut everything out. But anyway, okay, we'll just take that out of there, put this away. Okay, so now I have, at least I have some to start. Okay, so now what you do is you use this, and since I'm putting letters on it, I can just glue it on here. Just make sure my stitched lines are upright. Okay, I'm going to glue the white piece. No, even right away this glue is there. I'm going to glue the white piece on here. This is just so neat. Okay, now you're going to use your pop dots. Now, for one of the cards, I actually, because you hate to kind of waste this, I actually cut that apart. There. I mean, it's the same thickness as the dimensionals, so it's sticky on both sides. You just got to peel off both sides. And it kind of rips just like the dimensionals do, so we'll just lay that there. But it's a little stickier than dimensionals. Okay, so then you just have to Yeah, you can see this. Okay, so then you put this, because this is what's going to hold this up. So I kind of just eyeballed so that it was even on all sides and straight. Okay, there we go. See, and then it sits there just like that. Okay, now to do the letters. So all you have to do is peel both sides, and I'll just do the first two because I didn't cut out the other ones. Whoops, it's really sticky. So then we'll stick the M here, and we need the O. I did the O, but where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, whoops. All right, so you just peel off both sides. Now this is a bit bigger than the dad's. I maybe should have moved that over. I wonder if it'll peel off. Oh, look at that, it is, it's peeling off. Great, because the MOM is way bigger than the DAD. So what I'm going to do is put the O in the middle. So if you're doing this at home, maybe do the O first. Okay, and then the M. Well, that's hardly going to fit on there. Oh well. Okay, if you do this at home, cut out 2 bigger triangles. But for just showing you how, now see, the M you've cut out just sticks right on top of that. And I can maybe squish that over a smidge so they don't touch. There we go. And then you put that on top of the O. This stuff is really easy to use, and I just think it's cool. I had no idea the MO would be so much bigger than the DAD, but now you know. So if you're trying this at home, maybe place these letters before you put them on. Anyway, I hope you've learned how to do one of these fancy folds. They sit like this, and you can mail them through the mail, and this does go through what we call the window of doom for mailing, so it's not more expensive. But anyway, so that's that card, and one for Dad, one for Mom. So I hope you give this a try. See, it's not too difficult. It's just a matter of gluing, a little more time consuming. But I sure like making cards like this that I give to my special friends and stuff. Okay, that's it. A bit longer than usual, but hope you've learned how to do that, and we'll give that a try. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and those who watch later too. Thanks very much. Okay, bye.